Forget finding freedom. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's move to the US can now be summed up as finding failures, as this brutal meme points out.
Meghan Markle, once hailed as a modern royal and Hollywood's next big thing. She graced red carpets, attended prestigious events, and captured the world's attention. But what if I told you her picture-perfect image might be built on lies?
And the failures are coming day after day at the moment. Imagine having to purchase, as someone posted on X, almost 2 million inactive followers to give the impression of being popular. Meghan Markle has no fan base. It is all fake. And there are the statistics that prove it. 1.8 million inactive followers. This is the worst possible moment to have lost your Hollywood agent, be launching your make or break Netflix series. Oh, and by the way, no product for as ever. Let me bring in royal YouTube sensation P.DINA. Now, P.DINA, so good to see you. Lots to unpick. But firstly, what do you make of the fact that Meghan now seems to potentially be buying Instagram followers, or perhaps using bot farms, which we know is a technique very much used by her former staff at Sunshine Sachs and the Sussex Squad?
I find that Meghan continues to not learn anything. She really needs to understand she has put herself in a position of complete failure before the world. It's laughable, it's embarrassing. I don't understand why she doesn't try to just understand her real position rather than creating something fake and false. But I think it goes to what she has always shown us to be a very pretentious, not very upfront about her reality. And it's the continually trying to show us something that is not real, and people are onto it. You can see it through these numbers here. You can see it when you watch her in person, when she just has this forever smile on her face. And then we hear stories about how mean she is in the background. I don't understand how you do not try to just be a real person. She has a real problem that she has completely ruined everything for herself. And the only way to get out of this is to just be authentic. We don't live in the world that we used to, where PR could get you out of everything. There was no social media. Things were just controlled by the agents, by your publicists. We live in a world now where everything is so much more transparent, and you have to be authentic to that to have success. And it's like we just sit back and we watch her try all these things, and we laugh, and we can't believe it. And I just don't understand why she's not getting good advice. I think perhaps maybe she is. She's just not listening. And that is also a part of the problem. It is laughable. I mean, who would have thought when she came out and, introduced to the world and people loved her, that this would now be her new reality? It is history in the making. I can't understand it, Dan, really.
What if behind the glamour and the smiles, there were secrets waiting to be uncovered? Join us as we delve into the untold story of Meghan Markle. Today, we're diving into some truly shocking claims that Meghan Markle's Instagram is packed with fake followers.
Even Wallace Simpson wasn't this despised, which is saying something. And I think, to your point, P.DINA, actually, she doesn't listen. Because remember, I used to speak to her staff at Buckingham Palace, and actually before that at Kensington Palace, and they would be pulling their hair out. The problem is Meghan Markle always thinks she knows best. She convinced Harry that she was something that she wasn't, some sort of Hollywood guru, some sort of new Gwyneth Paltrow, rather than a D-list actress with a very minor blog. Let's be honest, that's what the TIG was. And the TIG was effectively to get Meghan lots of free stuff, to get her lots of free trips, to get her lots of free clothes. It was actually never, P.DINA, about making a living. Certainly, by the way, not making a living to pay for a mansion with 16 bathrooms and private jets everywhere you go.
Right. And I think had she gone to that minor blog, because it had, I think, 1 million followers at the time when she got rid of it, and just built from her humble start, build on that rather than trying to fake your way to being at the top because you come out now with a title and that you think you have to immediately have success. And she didn't want to build on what she had started before she met Harry. She had a big head and thought she could just come out and be this, very successful person just with a title. And I think she has to try to go back to some humility. My goodness, woman, you are a laughing stock. It is unbelievably embarrassing to watch her try to get what she thinks she deserves, right?
It really is. It really is. And the thing is, this obviously was her shtick a very long time ago. And P.DINA, what's been really interesting is that Meghan really never hid who she was. I wanted to show you a bit of a flashback. This was her when it was all about the TIG and all about her desperately trying to get free stuff at New York Fashion Week. And look, I'm not actually criticizing the person she was there, but we just have to understand she was a small fry actress. Have a look at this, P.DINA, and I'll get you to react off the back. I mean, she still managed to get the digs in. P.DINA, did you notice that? The little dig at Gwyneth Paltrow, one of the most successful people in the lifestyle space. Oh, no, we're much more positive than her. We're much more inspiring than her. But do you see what I mean? This was a small fry project.
What does this mean for her brand, her career, and her future in Hollywood? We'll explore the potential impact on her public image, the trust of her followers, and how this could affect her upcoming projects. Is this a strategic move or a major misstep?
Yeah, and it's like that underlining pretentiousness about her. I can see it there, and to what you're saying about the little small dig that she did with Gwyneth. And I think Megan just has always had this aura about her that is just not a very nice person, and she comes off to being like the mean girl. And watching her try to do this then, and then just seeing how you can tell she expected to have immediate success with this title. I look at her as somebody who just did not want to really do the work in a way that what it was. It was a small website that was something that she did, I think, copied a lot of the things from Goop. But at the same time, she had her own little flair with what she was doing and just show humility with that. She just couldn't try to hone it to be what it was then and just build on how small it was then to get to an authentic place of growth where she is now with the title and being a part of the royal family. That's her problem. And now that everything has happened, that we've seen who she is, there's these stories about her bullying. There are these issues now around the marriage and what she's actually done to Harry. There's no way for her to now take that and put it back to kind of have a do-over, a start over. It's kind of like the toothpaste is already out the tube and you can't put it back now. And she can't go to a place that's going to help her to succeed now. It's like continual failure after failure after failure, and it doesn't seem to be able to reach something that is going to get her into a good place. But we know she'll keep trying because that's what Meghan will continually do, because that's the kind of person she is. And it's just watching her failures over and over again. I don't know how you can even show your face when you have this kind of failure and proof of who you are as a person. I mean, with the stories that have come out about, the reports at Buckingham Palace, you just cannot try to say, okay, here I am, look over here. And it's like, we're looking. No, we see who you are, Megan. Really, for real, for real. You're going to try to just keep walking and talking like nothing has happened, like we don't see these things about you. I am flabbergasted by all of it, quite honestly. It is atrocious
Well, it's really
behavior.
interesting you mentioned the Buckingham Palace situation, P.DINA, because The bullying scandal has not gone away. That report is sitting there. Jason Knauf sent out this week to 60 Minutes Australia a friendly outfit on behalf of Prince William and Catherine, where he makes it clear that he had no regrets about the fact that he did report Meghan Markle for bullying. And Amanda Platel in the Daily Mail has described Jason Knauf as the ticking time bomb that could end up bringing down Meghan and destroying her new rebrand. It really feels like the timing of this interview is maybe more important, P.DINA, actually, rather than what Jason Knauf said. Because do you remember just before the Oprah Winfrey interview was when the Times first broke the news about Jason Knauf's bullying allegations? And now, just before the launch of As Ever, where Meghan is going to try and present herself to the world as some sort of Earth Mother goddess, it's another reminder from the royal family, another reminder from William and Catherine, we know the real you. And you've got away with it so far because this report hasn't been leaked. But one day, if you push us too far, it might be.
Buckle up. This one's wild, and you won't want to miss a second of it. A recent analysis of Meghan Markle's Instagram has revealed up to 1.8 million followers may be inactive or bots. This startling discovery raises questions about the authenticity of her online presence and the true reach of her influence.
I think she should be on pins and needles because people could even still come out and because they have talked about what she did, like even getting the first-hand accounts of what she has done. You know, these are secondhand accounts that Jason has come out with that were reported to him. And the people that she did this to, I think will, I mean, that's forever there to come out against her, where people are talking about the trauma and things that she has done to them. And the timing does seem very, suspect, because this is right before her show, and people are reminded once again about what she has done to people, her bullying allegations, and the report is there. I think there's so much there that could implicate her in some serious charges that maybe there could be even a lawsuit down the road. I mean, look at the success that she is hoping to get. Will that be now in jeopardy if someone comes out and tries to talk about what she has done and caused them, the harm that she has caused? I mean, she has this black cloud hanging over her. How do you have any kind of confidence and assurance about what you're trying to do when there are these things hanging over you that could come out and even destroy what you're still trying to make a success? It is something that I think will plague her for the rest of her career, because this is something that could any day come out and be very detrimental to whatever she's going to continue to try to do. Unbelievable.
But
It's
the thing is,
I couldn't
P.DINA,
do
the
it.
thing that's most unbelievable is her behavior doesn't change. She's
Mhm.
blowing it with WME. She's blowing it with Ari Emanuel because of her appalling behavior, her diva strops. And this is one of the most significant stories published about Meghan Markle in years by the Page Six team at the New York Post this week, because there's been a huge amount of pushback. Ari Emanuel and WME, they want to allow Meghan Markle to save face, but it's just so damaging. And as according to Taz wrote on this, well, this makes sense as to why her rebrand is so completely chaotic. Whilst the agency denies dropping her altogether, Ari is apparently done with her difficult and demanding behavior. Further proof that Mad Meg is the problem. Royals, Spotify, Gimlet, Sunshine Sacks, and now WME. And that's the point, isn't it, P.DINA? The only long-term relationship that she has so far been able to sustain professionally is with Netflix. That is it. And let's be honest, that is hanging by a thread. And surely now there must be an acceptance in the wider Hollywood community that it is Mad Meg, That is the problem, because here is Ari Emanuel coming in and saying, look, there's a possibility for me to save your career, to salvage you from what is a train wreck. And she blows it by being a total diva, by treating people like absolute shit over the Christmas period. It's just more of the same.
That's almost half her total audience, which is a significant portion. For someone branded as a global influencer, this is a red flag. It not only impacts her credibility, but also affects the trust of her genuine followers and potential brand partnerships.
Yes, and why can you not try to change? If you see things are not working for you, wouldn't you think to, okay, let me be a better person? But she doesn't. She just keeps acting like somebody who's going to get some kind of, way of getting what she wants by being a complete jerk about things, being a mean girl. You just can't do these things. And I think Ari is just thinking, look, I'm going to try. I think definitely they have not worked with a lot of the things that she wanted them to work on, because that's, I think, how she is. She's trying to get so much more than what they're willing to offer. And they're pulling back, but allowing her, like you said, to save face. But I believe they are really under the table. They're done. They're not really going to put forth much effort, because think about it. How are other people that they're reaching out to perceiving her? I mean, they can only do so much, even if they're reaching out to people who are probably saying they don't want to work with her. There are so many stories of her just being diva-like from people that have worked with her in the past. They don't want to now put that on their plate to have to work with someone who is diva-like, who's going to cause problems. I mean, that's money lost when you have to put up with someone like this. And we know money speaks, that this is the only way that they're going to work with someone who is going to make them money. All Meghan can do is cost you money. She's going to cost you time. She can cost you the perception of your brand. She is not someone you can win with. And that is what people are saying behind the scenes. They get it. They're not going to risk anything to their own selves just to try to help someone that has got a bad attitude. And it's slowly this pulling back from Meghan that is going to at some point be completely null, void. There's not going to be any moving forward with anything that she does, because the word is getting out. I mean, you don't go much higher than Ari, right? You don't get much bigger than WME. And so this is the end of the road for her. And I think Harry is seeing it now. This is why there's so much, I think, problems in their relationship, because it's just not working. They're not able to make the money I think Meghan sold Harry that they could do. That's
Oh,
part of
absolutely.
it too.
But the crazy thing is, P.DINA, if they'd just taken a different strategy, the money was all there for the taking. But it would have meant not slagging off their own family while Prince Philip was dying and the Queen was an elderly woman on Oprah. And it would have meant working hard and actually producing good content. And the problem is, Harry is a lazy so-and-so as well. So he wanted all the money, he wanted all of the privilege without having to work for it. And the combination of both of their negative forces, I think, has just been so impossible. And the fact is, if Ari Emanuel cannot make you work, even though you are a household name in America, as you say, it's over. And the thing is, this was a message to the wider community, to the rest of Hollywood: we're out. We might be saying we're officially in, but we're not. We're out. And trust me, PD, the timing of this is not coincidental, because they don't want to be blamed for the absolute train wreck which is coming next week with the Netflix series and the product which isn't ready, etc., etc., etc.
The prevalence of fake followers is a growing issue in the digital age, and it highlights the need for more stringent measures to ensure authenticity on social media platforms. High follower counts don't mean much if no one's actually engaging. And in Meghan's case, the likes, comments, and shares just aren't adding up. Is Meghan Markle just misunderstood? Or is this the exposure of one of the biggest brand facades in recent memory? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what you think. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos just like this. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep questioning what they want you to believe and stay curious.